There are a lot of online pre-marriage resources available, and many of them focus on questions you should ask your partner before you decide to get engaged or married. But this video isn't a couples quiz. I'm giving you 5 questions to ask yourself to determine whether you, as an individual, are ready to get married. So stay tuned. Hi, I'm Leslie, and I am a life coach based here in Brisbane, Australia. I used to live in Melbourne, but I moved here to be with my now husband, Tony, about 5 months after we got engaged. And during the long-distance stage of our relationship, I took a lot of time to really dig deep within myself and make sure that being married to Tony was the right thing for my life. And I encourage anyone considering getting married to really take the time to do some soul searching, because this kind of decision should not be taken lightly. But allow me to inject a small disclaimer before I continue. It may sound mononormative of me to refer to couples or your partner in the singular here, but that's totally not my intention. Whatever type of relationship you subscribe to, whether that's monogamy or polyamory or relationship anarchy or some other dynamic, your relationships are valid and worthy of respect. When I refer to you and your partner here, it's like a shorthand for whoever within that dynamic you're looking to commit to through marriage. Okay, moving on. Here are my 5 questions. Number 1, how well do you know yourself? Now, this question is a big one, so I'll try to break it down a little. Firstly, let me say this loud enough for everyone to hear. Your partner will not complete you. If you are depending on your partner to make you feel like a whole person, you may already be setting yourself up for a very unhappy marriage. It's important to manage your expectations of your partner. There will be times when they will disappoint you. There will be times when they won't be immediately attentive to your needs. And do you know why that is? It's because they are a whole entire human being in their own right. They will not immediately surrender their personal identity once you tie the knot. If you have good communication in your relationship, any issues that come about because of those things can be a lot easier to navigate. Your partner will continue to evolve. Their needs and behaviors may change over time. But that's also one of the great things about marriage, being a team and learning life together, sharing all of life's surprises. So if you see your partner as the person who is going to fill in your gaps and make you feel complete, that's a pretty clear sign that you have a lot of work to do on yourself first. Question number 2. Are your ambitions compatible with your partner's? In my previous video about red flags to look out for in relationships, one of the warning signs I included was whether your partner belittles or disrespects your ambitions. And if that is the case, then you need to have a serious, honest conversation. That said, even if you and your partner have mutual respect and admiration for each other's hopes and dreams for the future, it's worth thinking about how that pursuit might impact your relationship. Let's say you want a career that will allow you to take an international holiday at least once a year, or that you want to live in another country for a while at some point. If your partner is committed to staying in one place, maybe buying a house close to where their parents live and having a bunch of children, that may be a difficult equation to work out. Maybe not impossible, but challenging. So it's imperative that you both communicate your wants and needs and really listen to each other and consider where and how you might be able to compromise, if at all. But if you honestly feel like letting go of some part of your dream in order to make your partner happy would doom you to a life of resentment, pay close attention to that feeling. Question number 3. Are you keeping any secrets from your partner? If so, what kind? Yeah, okay, it is possible to have a fulfilling marriage without telling your partner absolutely everything. They don't need to know the details about your body hair maintenance or the ins and outs of all of your previous relationships. They don't need to have access to all of your phone messages and emails because these things don't necessarily have implications for your current relationship. Tony and I are pretty open about all of that stuff, but for some couples, at least one person may just be a bit more reserved when it comes to divulging that sort of stuff. Secrets become problematic in a relationship when there is a violation of trust involved or a broken agreement you have with your partner. They can also be a problem when there is some other significant implication for your current relationship. For example, if you are hiding extreme credit card debt, it's not okay to get someone else tied up in that without their knowledge or their consent. Or maybe you have secrets of a sexual nature, something to do with your gender preferences or your kinks. And in this situation, it would likely benefit you as well to share that information. Otherwise, you run the risk of locking yourself in a box because you couldn't be open and honest with your partner before getting married. And you can even argue that it's more ethical to have these discussions before making that massive commitment so that your partner can decide whether they are on board with any of the accommodations that might be required to keep you satisfied. Question number 4. What excites you most about the thought of marrying your partner? If it's the wedding or the ring or being the envy of your unmarried friends, then we need to talk. Think about who your partner is and what they bring into your life and what you bring into their life. How will you participate in the world and in life together? For me, when I thought about marrying Tony, some of the things that excited me were his endless curiosity about life and the world and the way he actively pursued knowledge through reading and travel, also his resourcefulness and resilience, creativity, so many things. And the thought of being a part of that was really exciting to me because I felt like I had found my match, but also someone who complemented aspects of my own personality. Because as similar as we are also very different in our approach to some things. I knew that whatever life threw at us, we would find a way through it as a team. Like when one of us struggled, the other one would have the resources to pick up the slack. And that's really how it has been for us over the years. Question number 5. Do you fully understand and respect your partner's stance on having a child? For instance, if you want a kid and your partner doesn't, you need to decide for yourself if that's a deal breaker for you. If you go into that marriage believing that you can change your partner's mind about having a kid, you're just asking for trouble. And if you think, oh, but once they look into that baby's eyes for the first time, they'll be so in love that everything will just be okay, then you may not be thinking realistically. Think about what your marriage would feel like if your partner ultimately felt manipulated into giving into your wishes about something so important. And think about what it might mean for that child. Or if you don't want kids and your partner does, what will they feel down the line when that dream goes unfulfilled? And it also has to be said that sometimes the choice to become a parent or not is taken away from us, whether that be through infertility or an unexpected pregnancy or something like that. If that foundation of trust and support isn't there in your marriage, weathering that storm together is going to be so much more painful. So, with all that said, I hope you really consider these questions and have any discussions you may need to with your partner. And if these questions bring something up for you that you want to gain more clarity on, get in touch with me and book a free consultation. You can do that through my website, leslievcoaching.com, or contact me through my socials. Also, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content related to personal development and navigating major life decisions. And share this video with anyone you know who may benefit from it. Someone who is considering proposing to their partner, perhaps. All right, have an awesome week, and I'll see you next time.